Hello everybody, welcome to another review. And I've just got one question for you. Are you my mummy? So this month my review is going to be on The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, which is the 9th and 10th episodes of Series 1 of Doctor Who. The return series, the renewed series, back in 2005, starring Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor. Rose Tyler is played by Billie Piper, and John Barrowman plays Captain Jack Harkness. This story is set in the 40s, and I have here a synopsis on my screen. I don't have it in the television companion because the television companion was only made for stories up to the TV movie in 1996. Go figure, it was printed in 1998, 7 years before this story came out. But I have a synopsis here, and I'm going to read through it, and then you guys can hear my thoughts. Here we go. Chasing a metallic object through the time vortex, the Ninth Doctor and his companion Rose Tyler arrive in London during the Blitz. While Rose meets Captain Jack Harkness, the dashing time agent responsible for bringing the object, the Doctor finds a group of homeless children terrorised by Jamie, an empty child wearing a gas mask, who is constantly questioning everybody, "Are you my mummy?" Nancy, who has taken on the role of looking after the children, is especially scared by the empty child. The child's plague is spreading through wartime London, and its zombie army is on the march. The Ninth Doctor and Rose form an alliance with intergalactic con man Jack, but find themselves trapped in the abandoned hospital. They head to the crash site of Jack's supposed space junk and discover that the ground zero for the mysterious plague. They find the cause is a virus from nanogenes, subatomic robots who have the power to heal injuries, and after finding Jamie seriously injured, they put him back together into the empty child that's been terrorising everyone. The Doctor recognises this after Nancy confirms she is Jamie's mummy. The nanogenes recognise the genetic code and heals Jamie back to life. The Doctor then patches an upgrade to the nanogenes to cure everyone else affected, triumphantly stating,
"Everybody lives, Rose. Just this once! Everybody lives!"
Now, this is the very first script that Stephen Moffat wrote for the series, and it uses some of the tropes that Stephen Moffat's become known for in his stories. There is a Deus Ex Machina in here, the nanogenes, little robots, so machinery does come and save the day, but it's done in such a heartfelt and such a well done way that you don't really notice it at all. Characterization, I can't say this tonight, characterization. We've got the Doctor, the Ninth Doctor. Christopher Eccleston is at the height of his powers here. He's brilliant as a Doctor throughout, very inquisitive, but also very concerned. He doesn't take quite a liking to Jack. He sees him as a con man and is not very pleased with him. Rose thinks that the Doctor needs to use a bit more tech. Jack comes along and does exactly that. The Rose kind of warms him initially, then finds out obviously his motives, and then says, maybe you're not all you're cracked up to be. But she is good here as well. Billie Piper's starting to warm to the role very well. I do like the performance here. It's not too over the top. It's not too chavvy. It's just right for the period, and she doesn't really get much screen time with Nancy. But when she does pair off, the chemistry is good between them. Oh, pardon me. And then we've got Captain Jack himself by John Barrowman. Now, the character's a little grating, a little smarmy, and a little full of himself, but that makes the charm of the character when you see that he's made a mistake, and he does feel guilty about it and wants to try and make amends, and obviously he ends up saving the day by stopping the bomb that was going to fall on the Tula warship, or Tula ambulance rather, and stop it from being destroyed. So he actually takes the bomb and on board his hidden cloaked ship, which was hiding around Big Ben, and ends up going to be self-sacrificed, but the Doctor and Rose save him. The guest cast is fairly minimal. Richard Wilson does a very good turn as Dr. Constantine. He's very enjoyable, very staid, and works the part well. And then you've got Florence Hough, who's the main guest cast member of Nancy. Now, she plays a brilliant role here as the young mother who plays an older child, older teenager, looking after these homeless kids. and the fact that the child itself is her son chasing her all over the place is really creepy. Atmosphere. It's all shot at night. It works brilliantly. Obviously, with the filming around Cardiff, at various places, and around South Wales, at Barry Island for the train line, the abandoned railway station, and the hospital is Cardiff Royal Infirmary. So, you know, there's the various places around Cardiff they use, but they use to great effect because it's all in the dark, it's all mysterious, it's all spooky. The filming James Horse does when it comes to Jamie and the view from the child, that distorted warped view they have from the child is really cool. When you see it the other way and the child's coming towards them at one point, you see there's nothing behind it. That's a very great effect and very worthwhile. It still stands up now, 12 years later. The telekinesis bit, yeah, I understand where that's come from, and it's creepy for the phone scene at the police box, and it's also creepy for the radio and all the electric equipment that turns on that hears the child when it says "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." That's very creepy, and that's the start of Stephen Moffat's trope of making things scary. And it was the first big scary hit for Doctor Who of the new series. And obviously Stephen Moffat's gone on to create many more scary monsters of various ilks, but that is one of the better ones. The acting between the actors is good. I mean, John Barrowman is great as Captain Jack and plays the part well. As I say, Billie Piper looks okay for what she's doing. She serves well enough in here. It's not the best of Spunky Rose, but it is, you know, you can see why Rose is a likeable character. She's really toned down. She's not the very selfish person here. She really wants to care. As I say, I love the Doctor's characterization, but the way she plays off with Nancy. There's a scene when they've just checked out the alien spaceship where it's been guarded, and the Doctor then starts talking about his admiration of how the Brits stood up to Hitler in the Second World War, and that's a brilliant scene. I love that scene. It's a really touching scene, and it's really good to enjoy. I hadn't seen it in about 4 years, I think, until I reviewed it for this episode. And it rushes along at a good pace. You don't realise how quickly the story rushes along. But I did enjoy the pace of it. It works just as well. I love the bit at the end where the Doctor manages to get everybody to live again. But as you say, that seems to be a Stephen Moffat trope that comes a bit more often in the future. But obviously you'll see that in later reviews. And I do think that it stands up even 12 years later with the effects and the way it's done and the way it's filmed. And it's certainly classed and certainly well deserved as a classic of the recent revived series, and certainly tops polls or goes to the top of polls or close to the top of polls and is a favourite story of people across the whole Who fandom. And it's deservedly so. It really is quite an enjoyable story. Overall, I give this story 4 TARDISes out of 5. It's not quite 4.5. It could have, but I decided 4 out of 5 is probably worth it for this. And I would recommend watching it if you get the chance. Well, that's it. That's the review for The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. I hope you enjoyed listening to this review. Don't forget to click on the links below in the description and at the end of the video for the playlist of all the Doctor Who reviews I've done so far and will do in the future. If you like what you see on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, then click on the notifications bell as well, so you know when the new video comes up. Although it will be 4 o'clock every Sunday, 4 o'clock GMT every Sunday going forward. Next week is an odd week video, hoping to do a Kidstructor piece there, and I hope to see you then. Till then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.